Hey my lovely rich babes, it's your girl Bella Dyor, and today we're talking about STDs and men that are not being honest about their status. So we're going to hear a few story times and also some reactions to this viral clip of this guy telling the world that he doesn't care about telling the women that he's sleeping with that he currently has STDs, and that's with an S, plural. Trigger warning to all those, and let's get started. I'll provide a short commentary at the end. All right, rich babes, make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. And comment down below any tips that you have for women, any stories that you currently have for women, any experiences that you currently have for women. Again, this is a safe place for us to share and express our thoughts on these topics. All right, let's get started.
Being with a man for 2 years, taking him back and forth to his doctor's appointments that you thought had sickle cell, but he really got HIV is wild. Now listen to this story. Homegirl said she was with her boyfriend for 2 years and she thought that he had sickle cell. She was taking him back and forth to his doctor's appointments. She never went in because he never wanted her to. She always went by to near shopping centers until he was done with his appointments, which is cool. You know, like, I'll do something while you go into your doctor's appointment. That's fine. He invited her to a family event, a bonfire or something like that, and she went. One of his cousins, you know, while he over there talking to his mom, one of his cousins walked up to her and was like, you know, I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy he found somebody that's going to take him in his condition. Like, I salute you for that. Like, being with somebody that got HIV is just not an easy thing. You are strong. The girlfriend is at a standstill. The girlfriend is at a jaw drop. What do you mean HIV? He told me he got sickle cell. Girlfriend is going crazy. Girlfriend is on a rant. Girlfriend is turning up. Cousin eased on up out the event because cousin don't realize that she done told too much. She done put a little too much dip on her chip. Baby, girlfriend walk over there to him and his mama, she's going off. You know how sometimes you try to defuse the situation? It was too late for that. She went in her purse, pulled out her pum, shot the mama, and then unalived him. This is crazy. Have y'all seen this story? I just seen it down for you. Let's talk about it.
Ladies, let me tell y'all something. Careful out here in these streets because these men are freaky bums. Like, they freaky bums. They'll do all kind of nasty shit to you. They freaky as fuck, but they don't have shit. And that's the problem. I don't want no freaky bum. I don't want you to come to my house. I don't want you to know my address. I don't want you to know any of that shit. Cause soon as I don't want to fuck with you no more, once I find out that you a bum, you want to hop up and do all kind of weird shit. Like, So, no. Y'all don't be giving y'all addresses out. And don't be fucking with these freaky bums.
Some of these people will date you and knowing they got a disease. It's people right now walking around with HIV. They walking around with chlamydia, herpes, gonorrhea. And they get mad at somebody and they want to hurt everybody because they know their life is over.
To the strip club with my STDs. I go to the regular club with my STDs. I go to the bar with my STDs. I fuck hoes with my STDs. That shit ain't stopping nothing. Not a thing. Sometimes I don't tell them. Who gives a fuck? They not stressing about it. I ain't. You ain't gonna see none of that shit. I swear to God.
Let me give this shit a moment of silence real quick. There's no way in hell, with a straight face, you're not finna tell every partner or every person you come into contact with romantically that you don't have STDs. It's gotta be some of the most foul shit I've heard today. Or actually, I've heard in the last 2 weeks. Cause I'm just flipping the script like, I would be pissed as a motherfucker. This is why I always tell people, stay strapped up. For my ladies, I don't care how much better it feels without the condom. Make that nigga put protection on, please.
Look, I'm not finna keep telling everybody I mess with you that I got STDs.
What?
That shit dead. I swear that shit dead. You're gonna hit this room, I'm gonna cut the lights off, and you ain't gonna see no discharge. You ain't gonna see none of that shit.
Jail. Go to jail. You know, now that we're on the topic, you think that's alarming, but I've heard stories about this happening to people that are in marriages. The guy would step out, catch an STD, and bring it back to his wife. Like I said, this is more common than you think. This happens all the time to people both in and out of relationships. People do not care. Some guys like this will know full and well that they have something going on. They'll literally have stuff happening to them and they will cut off lights. What in the manipulation is going on? This is disgusting, but this happens. And this is for your awareness to be careful.
Hey, Don't let them make you feel bad because you asked them to get tested before you slept with them. I just want you to know it's very normal and it's very practical and it's very understandable to ask somebody to get a test before you sleep with them. And if they don't want to get that test, you already know you should just move on. Don't even interact with them. And also, while you're here, when's the last time you got tested or just got a checkup? Make sure you go ahead and do that. There's too many people out here getting things that they cannot cure because they don't get tested and they don't check up. Go and get your checkup. I know I'm speaking to somebody. Go and get your checkup.
Get ready with me while I tell you a story time about how I found out my baby daddy gave me an STD at 7 months pregnant. I just want to start off by saying that I was really debating on telling this because it's embarrassing and I didn't want to be judged, but my last video blew up and I really didn't expect it to. A lot of girls and even men were just saying thank you for being transparent and that they would even show this to their kids so people can have, a little guidance. This all happened about almost 3 years ago now, so I've kind of had a lot of time to get over it, a lot of time to process it, but I have been keeping it in. This happens to a lot of people, a lot of girls, more than you think, so I'm gonna just be transparent about it and hopefully somebody can learn from my mistakes because I was just dumb. And I just want to say for everyone who was calling me a bop or had some stuff to say negatively about me, I get it. I don't blame you for saying that stuff. I get it. I was being a bop. I was being irresponsible. But I do want to say when I found out I was pregnant, I took the relationship very serious. I took my health seriously, and he was the only man I was with. So you live and you learn, and as long as I'm going more in the right direction, that's all I care about. So we were having a rocky start. Obviously, you can tell from the last video. There was a lot of trust issues. I already knew that he had slept with some other girls, and so that's where I need to take accountability. If I knew that he was being you know what? I shouldn't have let him have my body in any way when I have a baby inside of me. I just thought I could trust him because he was the father of my child, and he would tell me over and over again how he would never do that to me because I am pregnant. I just was dumb and I believed him. So we had been rocky, but we were deciding to make things work again for the millionth time. Girl, come on, you dummy. But we were trying to make it work again. Well, that's just what it constantly was breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, getting back together. But the difference was I wasn't out going and searching for pleasure like that when I was pregnant. He was, and he would always come back to me and have sex with me and these other girls. Most of the time I didn't know. For the longest, I thought that he was a really good man and he wouldn't at least do that to me in that way. Yes, there was red flags, but I just wouldn't believe that he would do that because he would always question me constantly if I was with somebody else. And girl, that's the first red flag. If they're constantly pressuring you about something you aren't doing or having any reason to give them to pressure you, they're cheating. They're doing something they're not supposed to. They're projecting. So with him and I obviously still doing the deed, I started to feel like something was wrong. And if you know, girl. Especially if you're very in tune with your body, you know when some shit is off. And I knew. And what really hurt is I was being gaslit by him. I was kind of being gaslit by my doctors too. I know they don't know the full story, but I would literally go into my OB and be like, I think something's wrong. I'm feeling shit. And they just be like, oh, that's just a baby. It's normal. And you know what the most messed up part of it was? Is that we actually would go into the doctor's office together, and the doctor would tell me there's no point in you getting a test. I would ask, can I please have an STD test, something to go, something to check me out? And she'd say there's no point because I got tested in the beginning of my pregnancy, and if he is my only partner and I am his only partner, there shouldn't be any change. And I was honestly just like too embarrassed to tell my doctor, like, he's cheated on me before. He's been sleeping with multiple women. Can you please check me? I was dumb and stupid and very idiotic to not speak up and say something. But I eventually just chop it up to, it's just pregnancy. I'm just gonna listen to my doctor. It's probably nothing. So now let's get to the part where I found out that he gave me what he gave me. So we were broken up before, but we were deciding again for the millionth time to make it work. And we've been texting, being nice to each other, just, like missing each other. So we were supposed to link up after work. I was supposed to come over and, we were supposed to have a good time because we missed each other and we haven't had each other in a while. And I thought I loved him. He thought he loved me. I don't know what he wanted. So I'm at work. I worked at Geico, an insurance agency. Shout out to Geico. They were amazing. I had a great time there. I'm sorry I quit because I was delulu. I'm so sorry. But I was excited because we were texting all day and he was supposed to pick me up from work so we can reunite and have a little time together. So I was so excited for the whole day, to get to my mans and, have a little us time. Like, I was really excited. I'm going on my lunch break, so we're halfway through the day. But I'm going on my lunch break and I get a phone call from this man. I'm like, oh, hi, I'm so excited for us, to do our little thing. What's up? And he immediately just sounds sus and he says he needs to tell me something. I'm like, what? What? And he's like, I can't. That's all he kept saying. I can't tell you. I can't. Now, girl, I thought he was gonna say some shit like I cheated or I got a girl pregnant. But what he was about to say, I never expected to come out of his fucking filthy mouth. So he basically grew some balls and was like, went to the doctor, got tested because I thought something was going on. I was feeling wrong. I have chlamydia, and then followed up with, you need to get checked. Immediately, I'm hyperventilating, obviously, because nobody wants to hear that, and then I'm pregnant on top of it, and I just kept saying, my baby, and he was just like, please don't hang up, don't hang up. I hung up on that motherfucker. What the fuck you think this is? He's like, I need to be in her life. Buddy boy, that has nothing to do with this moment right now. Right now at work, 7 months pregnant, I just got the worst news. I'm worrying about my child. That is life-threatening, especially when I'm 7 months.
I'm about to have a real conversation with you all. Now, I know lately in the news, they expressed that Houston has a very, very high STD rate. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. People do not care about catching anything. People do not fear HIV. People do not fear syphilis, gonorrhea. People don't fear none of those things. People live life on the edge and they are pleasure chasing, meaning they don't care about the consequences. Long as they can feel good in the moment, that's it. That's all people chase. And I'm telling people the reality of it is people really, when it comes to sex, people don't care about protecting themselves. And ladies, listen to this. I'm a man. I hang around a lot of men. Had plenty of conversations with men. And men, we love to talk about women and stuff with each other, right? And over the years, I can tell you now, the things that I've seen men do and heard men do is crazy. I'm talking about people married, long relationships, and out here having unprotected sex with different people and coming back home like nothing happened. On top of that, not using protection. You got men who will fly out the country, have sex with foreign women unprotected, come back to their wife and girlfriend, sleep with them unprotected like nothing happened. Don't even go get tested. And let's talk about, there's a window in time when you need to get tested. If you have unprotected sex, Don't go run to the doctor 2 weeks after that thinking that your results are going to be authentic. They're not. They're not going to be good results, because you have to wait until whatever virus it is detectable. And some of y'all play games. Y'all know that stuff will not be detectable within a week or 2 weeks after unprotected sex, but you'll run and go get tested real quick and be like, oh, I'm clean, bro. You ain't even give enough time to settle in your system. See, people do that too, but that's a whole nother conversation. But I'm telling you, these men nowadays, all you have to do is have a pretty face, nice body. Matter of fact, you don't even have to have a pretty face. Just a nice body, and the dude will hit you raw consistently and not even ask you about your status, nothing. And then you got women just sitting here allowing men to sleep with them, and they don't even know their status. I'm telling these men out here, within 2 weeks, a lot of these men will have 4-5 bodies under their belt within 2 weeks. Unprotected sex, no condoms. And I'm gonna be honest, when I was younger, I had my moments where I had unprotected sex, but thank God I didn't catch nothing. Thank God. Thank you, God. You know what I'm saying? That's gambling. I could have caught something, but I didn't. Thank you, God. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm innocent. I did that stuff too back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But now that I'm older, I realize how important it is to make sure your sexual health is good. Always get your checkups and make sure the people you messing with getting their checkups too. Straight up. Then you got the bi people that are sleeping with men and women unprotected. Then you got the people who are down low that are messing with the same sex, and that's their secret life, and they're doing that unprotected and going back to their regular life, sleeping with others. Man, listen, it's crazy out here, man. It's not a safe place to be out here having unprotected sex. At the end of the day, you got to control yourself. Sexual discipline will take you so far. In my life, you know how many women I've seen that look good, but I didn't sleep with them. I didn't know nothing about them. Why would I just lay in bed with them? I don't know nothing about them, especially unprotected. Just because a man or a woman looks good does not mean they are clean. Unfortunately, those be the ones that get what they want. So they be the ones you need to watch out for, to be honest. Now, let me tell you this situation, man. There was this young lady I knew. I ain't gonna say no name or nothing, but she was messing with this guy. You know, they were having sexual relations or whatever, and she used to tell me there was something about this guy that threw her off. Like, when she would come to his house, there would be like women products there, and he would just say, oh, it's his cousin stuff. But she said her intuition was like, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Long story short, mind you, she was having unprotected sex with this guy and doing nasty stuff. But one day the dude hit her up and said, hey, you need to go get checked. And she was like, why? Dude straight up said, man, I tested, I'm HIV positive. And I'm like, what? So she went, she got tested and stuff. She was actually clean, because I'm assuming the time in which he started sleeping with these other women, that's when he contracted it, but they didn't have sex, I guess she just got lucky. So once he caught it, that's around the time they were still lingering around each other, but they weren't having sex. And she got lucky. She really got lucky, because she could have caught it. And that's the reality of it. These dudes out here just having sex with women strictly off the strength of, oh, they look good, I don't care about her status, I'm hitting it raw. And women do the same thing. They be opening their legs up to dudes, letting dudes nut all in them and do all these things and don't know nothing about the dude. Oh, he's a nice guy. Oh, I know he has nothing. How do you know? How do you know? Because he's nice? Man, come on now. And also, you got people who you'll be like, hey, you need to get tested, let me see your results. They'll send you results that aren't even theirs. Like, it's so many flaws in the game, and that's why I tell you, it's better to get you one person, settle down with one person, and y'all get tested together, because just having sex with multiple people is horrible. Yes, you can use protection, but unfortunately, a lot of people do not use protection. That's why the STD rates are out the roof, and especially in Houston. Houston is just a nasty place. It's just a horrible place. In any big city, you know what I'm saying, it's just gonna be a lot of filth. But y'all need to protect yourselves and realize, ladies, A lot of these dudes do not care. They just want to have sex. They don't care. They'll hit it raw. More of the story, sexual discipline will save your life, yo. It will save your life. Seriously. But y'all be careful out here, man. And yeah, Houston, we have a problem. But nah, for real, be safe out here.
So my ex gave me an STD 2 years ago, and I feel like a lot of people's first reactions are like, ew, that's disgusting. Like, why are you putting this on the internet, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, I feel like people should be talking about it more. That way people can learn from it and educate themselves and stuff. Because, I don't know, he cheated, obviously. And, you know, that's literally how I found out when the doctor called me and she was like, oh, yeah, you have it. And I was like, oh, okay. So then, like, you know, that's how I knew. But it sucks because a lot of these men will basically sleep around with literally whoever, anything with a hole, and then it comes back to you, and then you're like, oh, I don't know how I got it, and then the man tries to gaslight you, blah blah blah. So I don't know, just make sure you are getting checked after every person. Even if you're in a stable relationship and you think your man is the most perfect man in the world, go get checked like every couple months, because you don't know what the fuck he is doing.
Ladies, y'all need to make sure that you are being careful out there. These men can lie. They can really try to steal your health. Some of these men are very miserable, and it's very sad. I even had to go through that with my ex-husband. If you want to learn more about my story, it's called Damaged Goods. It's a memoir, and it's on Amazon, and you know, you can download it or you can get the actual paperback. When I say I went through so much with my ex-husband, I'm just so grateful. And again, this video is just to bring awareness and let y'all know, like, look, this stuff can actually happen even when you're not actually out there being a hoe or whatever the case may be. Like, you're really doing what you're supposed to do in a relationship, still playing with your health. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who placed their orders. Thank you so much. I hope that you love your downloads. It really means a lot to me to support Rych Milan Co. So with that being said, Rych Babes, I will see y'all next time. Love you. Stay rich.